It is Thursday and it's day 4 of my residency with Centre for Dance Research. I'm Rosie Kay and I'm working on a new solo, I believe. Having a kind of tougher time with the lockdown and sort of family. Somebody very close to my family is not very well and I can't visit, and that's really difficult. And there was a kind of strange incident in the park yesterday which really rattled me when I was out walking with my child. And I feel like this corona roller coaster, when you're down, it kind of hits you much harder, and it's much harder to sort of focus and pull yourself together. So I was feeling very self-critical. I think, having kind of also watched myself dancing yesterday and kind of really feeling myself today and feeling very impatient with my training and how my body's progressing. I think I've given up performing for 5 years, so I haven't really asked my body. I've just been maintaining it, I've been using it, I've been dancing in the studio, but I haven't really had that sort of critical analysis on it. And it's kind of coming back in quite a strong way. Like, just want it to be absolutely right, and it's not, and that's difficult, and maybe it isn't ever going to be, and that's part of this process. But it's frustrating and it's tiring, and if one loses patience, I can be quite negative. And of course, I lived with this for decades and decades, and that's why I gave up performing. Was this. So, dealing with that. However, I did do some work as well today. I've been looking at L'après-midi d'enfant, the music by Debussy and the solo by Nijinsky. First of all, I watched a few different versions online, and I sort of rather settled on the Nureyev version. I was very lucky enough to see Nureyev perform several times. In fact, my very, very first experience of ballet live was seeing Nureyev perform in Sleeping Beauty at Royal Opera House. I must have been like 4 or 5 years old, and I still remember to this day his dancing. It was incredible. So looking at his beautiful interpretation, like every moment you can see and feel both the stylization but also the kind of inner desires and emotion. I mean, he's so convincing. It's so magical. And actually, I'd done some improvisation around L'après-midi d'enfant in Newcastle just at the end of last year, and I watched it kind of with trepidation, thinking, I'm going to hate this, whatever I did there. But actually, I didn't. I didn't hate it. It came out of a recorded monologue that I was moving to, and then it suddenly went into Après-midi d'enfant, and I rather enjoyed the kind of the strange juxtaposition, a woman dancing this role, the humour, the seriousness, the stylisation I was sort of playing with. So there's something there. I don't know what it is exactly. I've also got in my bookshelf the diary of Nijinsky, and I thought I might have a little look through that, because it's quite sad. Towards the end, he starts to go into psychosis, and is kind of writing quite Dada-esque sort of letters to people that are kind of nonsense or rhythmic playing with words. So I thought I'd have a little bit more look at that. And then tomorrow is my last day. So I'm going to do a little bit of work in the morning, and then hopefully connect with some C-DaRE researchers, just to talk through some of the things, both the ideas, the realities of working virtually, and also working in these extraordinary conditions, and kind of how do you do a residency in your own space, with the kind of without the human connection. I want to sort of explore that as well. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to post a few links, I think, actually, to l'après-midi d'enfant.